right, good morning from Wickersham Canine Ranch in beautiful Marshville, North Carolina. Today we're hanging out with Dolly and we're getting dog bombed by Ransom. And we're going to work our obedience basics reintegration lesson. Caught us in a moment where we were working her ears and just kind of touching her up. I'm going to make sure she knows she's tethered, and I'm going to work right into exercise 1, which is going to be a right hand box heel. So Dolly's in front of me. I'm going to do a little trot step, Dolly heel, and I'm going to pick her up out of motion. My very first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make a 90-degree pivot and take a real nice position with the leash. An overhand grip with the knuckles out, opposable thumb over the flap. And we are just simply going to move forward 2 laps and turn 90 degrees. With this particular dog, we saw that she was a little bit shy and averse, in particular to loud noises. So the way that we overcome that is that we teach the dog a nice heel plane with a few exercises, and she learns to overcome that through your leadership. With this particular dog, we're going to work her forward, and then we're going to show a vertical leash position with a point. That's our stand stay. At that point, my lower peripheral goes to the dog's shoulder, and I'm going to give a signal. I'm going to tell her I need to get my count. I'm going to touch her on the withers, down the back line under the hip, through the foreleg, to the flu, and to the ear. 5 points. Typically, we're counting for the dog during the training process. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we can use familiarization in the touch segment after we get rid of all the fear. All right, so we're going to step into number 2. We're going to get to work. Here we go. We're choppy stepping and moving forward. This dog can do a couple different things. It can lag behind and then pick at the camera and say, "Hey, Mama, I see you out there." Our little recital effect. And so my job is to continue forward at a nice even pace. And if the dog lags or gets out of position, she is going to basically correct herself in the turn. So we're going to work in and through. She does love Mr. Keith. She's just telling me she wants to go over there. But I'm telling her she's a good girl and she needs to remain in position. We'll get my stand stay. I'm going to go 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, and 5. And then I'm going to reiterate my stay. At that point, I can reward my puppy dog. We are teaching pack membership and a parallel left. We've got a signal to step off, in and through. We've acquired a right hand turn, good, which will teach pack membership. Good, good, good. That's it, Dolly. What a sweet girl. Easy peasy. We can have a couple things occur while we're working later on in our cycle, such as loud noises. Heel. Good girl. Dolly, heel. Good, and she falls out and stops moving. Good, that is her correction at that point. Dolly heel. All new material right there. Miss Greg's not knocking over cones when we're practicing day 1 through 8. We get to our 3rd repetition. We're going to pivot inward, point up and out. Good. And we're going to get the dog a 5 count. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We're going to release her and shake it out. All through, signifying that she's still on leash and she's not to exceed a 3-foot circle from her handler. Good job. That's my good girl. Let's move on to 2. It is getting hot. Let's go. So we've assembled and we have exercise 2. What we're going to do is we're going to move forward, Dolly heel, and we're going to turn 90 degrees in front of her. Good girl. This right here can teach the rudimentary don't forge plane. So I'm going to step and turn in front of the dog. Good, 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 good. I'm going to create 90 degrees with the body language. Note the buckle position and her shoulder in particular. Good. We maintain our forward pace at all times. She's most inclined to just fall out with me. With Mama and Dad, she may go back door. Good. Must remain in forward motion at all times and then correct her body posture off of that. Here we go. We're going to pause her out with a stand and a stay, peeking at Mr. Ransom. We're going to go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. Trust me, this is going to pay off later, and then we'll work to our 2nd rep. Good, 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 good. Target sound stepping off. Let's go. So one of the things that we have done is we lay down a little bit of water and we heel the dog through the wet area. Good. Looking for variances of pace on the second rep. Good, good, good. We've argued about that. She used to buck like a pony when she walked through water. Good, good, good. Let's go. So we got real nice footwork, economy of motion. Got at least 6 turns. Gonna get my stand stay. Getting her in a really natural posture. Again, 2, 3, 4, 5 every time. Get to my third and final. Dolly heel. Good girl. No, I've got a loose leash position. Ooh, I'm just barely keeping that thing off the ground. Nice. That's my girl. Good girl. Again, with this one, we'll be speeding it up and keeping it in plane whenever the scary things happen. And we will be ready for anything within about a week to 10 days. Let's go. Get to our third. We'll go vertical with a point. Good. Notice shoulders close a little bit. Front side signal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nothing but consistency. Through. From Dolly. Good job. Going to reward her after the fact. Remind her she's tethered. And get to exercise 3 so that you can see why I'm going to ask for you to work a 3-set repetition pattern with the dog with each handler that she incurs on exercise 1 and 2. Good job, Dolly. Let's go, babe. Let me hold you. Let me hold you. Let me hold you. Good. All right, so I'm going to set an edge. We're fixing to start exercise 3. Again, we've got a dog bomb and Mr. Ransom is our traffic. Good job. We have Mr. Keith assembled as an extra. He's got a few cookies in hand. And what we're going to do is we're going to begin to teach Dolly a send away and equal parts of a recall. So we'll go from a closed posture. I'm going to open it up and I'm going to send her toward Keith with a high tone. Ready? Dolly, friend. I'm going to pull her forward. Friend.
Hi, Dolly. Hi. Oh, you're so pretty. Thanks for coming to see me.
So this dog gets touched.
Oh my goodness.
She
you
gets
like my
cookie,
camera? I know.
And she has the opportunity, good, to give a kiss to Mr. Keith, telling him that she's a member of his pack. Good. Note that I corrected it. Good job. So she gets everything that she needs in that 1 repetition pattern. And what we'll see is as we send her forward each time, friend.
Hi, Dolly. Oh, good to see you. Good to see you.
Things accepting cookies, accepting touch will be all those positive things.
There we go. I'm sorry I dropped it, yes. Oh my goodness, you're so
And anything that occurs such as trying to sneak a kiss will create imbalance in this exercise.
Oh, you're being a good girl now.
All right, Dolly, I see her looking off. So we've got a perfect rep on number 2. Good girl. Wow, that is a good dog. That's pretty good. That's a big old girl bringing it around. Good job. We'll touch her up, and then I'm going to send her for our 3rd rep. If the dog jumps this time, we'll simply repeat the set of 3. Ready? Friend?
Hey, Dolly. How you doing?
We could teach after the dog has her 7 to 10 days. You teach proper name for every person in the home. So as that you could send the dog from one person to another.
Thank you.
Rainy day exercise.
Thank you.
Here we go. There's your conditioned behavior. Didn't even have to call her. Good girl. Shoulder joints continue moving at all times. Good. We're in a great position. I'm going to touch her out. 2, 3, 4, 5. And just like a pony, over time with that touch, especially in the blind spot, you see that the little roll that these particular dogs have, they just goes away. We love it. Good job. Moving on. Through. We're going to work exercise number 4, which is a location downstay. Nice. That's awesome. Good boy. We're in the middle of having a moment. We're in a 3rd exercise. It's starting to get really nice and warm. What I need to do is I need to send a puppy over. Good. With a point snap indicator. Good girl. I'm going to especially praise good girl when the shoulders are on the towel itself. And then I need to go through a signal sequence to get the dog into an affixed position. I'm going to go upward. Good girl. No. Let's go. Place. Good. And so we go through our sequence. My puppy is wanting to quit right now. Good. No. I'm going to bump her shoulders if she gets outside of the area. And then I'm going to escort her. Good. Into the position I want. Which is ultimately to displace myself from her when we have someone in and around us. Good girl. So I'm going to go into a classical conditioning. And I've actually put the dog into the posture to get what I want. She can induce, and she's done some really great sets. I'm going to signal first, round, and signal on the back side. But when we have a shy reverse dog, what begins to happen is they will practice avoidance and a location stay. Good? We're at day 7, and so we've acquired a bunch of skills. This is a newer one for us. We're going to shake it out. Going to touch her, and we'll get right into the second exercise. Good girl. All right, Dolly, let's go. Your place. Good. This way, this way. She says, hey, I'd rather go hang out with you. I keep her moving. Good. Didn't say it was going to be popular. Good job. Let her go. Going to induce her. When she misses the signal, I'm going to go right back to that, bumping the dog just a little bit. Create that imbalance. Have to be cognizant with a shy reverse dog, because if their plane gets too far outside of your shoulder, good, they'll just slide out. Big signal. Working the second rep, getting hot. Wow, signal. Advantage me to seat myself with a backside signal. We're on a second rep. We can work opposition reflex with a stay signal and just a little tug. If she were to move forward, I'm going to counter from underneath and tell her NO. I'm going to get out of the repetition by touching her on the flews, brotherly or sisterly, and then I'm firing the release through. Note how everything's on that motion. Good job. So what we want to do is we want to stay consistent in those motions so the dog can toggle through. There it is. Oh my goodness, I'd rather go jump in Keith's lap than go to this place, but that's okay. It'll get better with time. There's the shoulder. Good. Let her know when she's there. As soon as the shoulder's over with her high tone, and then we finish out our rep. She said she's submissive. I would know better. Good. No, there's your correction. This is a location stay. Still no. And so we got a big old dog, and we'll start to get some leverage. Good. And I'm just going to stay consistent. Signal. She missed the signal. Then I'm going classical conditioning. Probably got 3 to 5 days of that particular posture. But the number one thing we want to acquire in obedience basics is the opportunity to displace ourselves and to get into a softer posture and for the dog to remain. See the skin jumping a little bit. I'm going to return to her, and then I'm going to release her off the left side. Again, I'm always through. Going to release the dog after I return to her. All right, so we're going to shake it out, and we're going to get to our system of work and show you exactly what we want to do to put this all together so as that we have a little bit of usefulness in the obedience model and we can get her assembled with anybody. Good job, Ransom. Let's go, Dolly. Let's go. That's what I'm going to do. Come on, let's push. Good. Good. All right, so I've assembled with Dolly. I want to show you some of the things that we're looking forward to expanded upon. What we've done is we've outfitted her basically with a harness and some zipper pockets, or a doggy backpack, if you will. We're going to move her forward, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop with the stand stay. Good, stand and stay, and I'm going to drop that leash. And now my eyes are on the dog's shoulders, and I have a closed posture to her. So what we have done is we've gotten the dog used to forward movement, and when we come to rest, we've got a stand stay, and then we work in and around her equipment. We're going to move forward again, heel. And we're going to take her for basically a quick inline walk. Let's go. We want to accentuate the system of work in this situation is going to be to remain with me and to carry her own weight and our needed resource of water. We're going to go stand stay. At that point, the dog's accountable on the shoulder, and I can give a signal, and I'm going to go to my second zipper pocket. The dog moves at any point, I'm going to tell her no, and then I'm going to basically make her do the work again. So basically we're in a situation where this dog, good, once she's prepped and she's answering the questions that we're asking her each and every time correctly, then what we're going to do is we're always going to try to find us an application. We've got improvement that needs to occur on the parallel left. Good, good, good. But I'm roughing them in and you're going to finish them. So I have moved this puppy. We're on our third rep. She's in a trail position. And very simply, my job is to bring her to rest. Good. Begin to remove the water and take the weight out. We've worked with rocks into the pack. We've worked with water. Dog learns your job. I've got to stay position with my feet. I take my drink. I make an offer. At any point in time, if this dog moves this shoulder, one iota, the right one, I'm going to correct it with no and reposition it just like that. Wow, that was almost like on cue. Since I got a fault, if you will, on the third rep, I've got to seek out 3 more. For Tom's sake on this particular production, what I want to make known is that if we always finish the dog in the shade, the dog will never make a tippy-toe step like it needs to get the shade. That was us working in a highlight situation, and we're going to finish everything out. I see a little bobble, but I did not see the shoulder move. So I'm going to continue, do my cycle, heel, short steps, so let's go, and continue, good, to unpack the dog. Here we are, there. And again, my only recourse, if the dog moves, is to give it a little negative feedback. Through the voice and the leash. So we're going to service myself. There. Good. Our water needs, we're unpacked. I'm going to tell her no. I'm going to tell her stay and lock it. And then I'm hoping, since it's so hot, she and I are going to pull off a really great rep on number 6 and get out of here. Here. I'm going to go in charge of this pack with the left, in charge of the pack with the left, in charge of the pack with the left. I'm going to pause the dog out. Good. And I'm going to get this done. Thank you. I'll lock her. Tell her she's a sweet girl. She's a sweet girl. Go to the pocket. To the pocket. And again, I'm just making sure this dog doesn't fall while we get the things we need out of that. Great job. I think she agrees with me. It's about time to go get in the Wickersham pond. Ready? Let's go swimming. Hey, Ransom.